Why do we celebrate Pride? What does the Mafia have to do with it? What are the Stonewall Riots? Time to find out. By the end of this video, you will know how to shut down anyone that says, why don't we have straight pride?
Child. Anyway, so
I'm covering the Stonewall Uprising, aka the Stonewall Riots. Number 3, before Stonewall. It's the 1960s, and being gay has been officially marked as a mental disorder. Homosexuality was also illegal in 49 states, which meant you were getting fined or thrown in jail if you were out. And let's not forget about the violence and unfair treatment that came along with it. LGBTQ+ people of all ages were getting kicked out of their homes, leading them to move to big cities with the hope of finding people like them.
13 and you out here at 220?
Yep.
Where you live? And why you down here? Where's your mother?
Hanging out. I don't have a mother.
Where's your father?
He's gone too.
Sadly, they soon found out that big cities did not accept homosexuality either. Tucked away in a busy Manhattan street was a small, dingy bar named the Stonewall Inn. This was a gay bar. The cops would still come through to shut the party down since all of that was still illegal. But how was it able to still run while breaking the law? Well, Stonewall Inn was run by the Italian Mafia. The owner's name was Fat Tony, and he turned that straight restaurant into a gay bar. You might be thinking, was the Mafia member a gay ally? Absolutely not. Fat Tony was a businessman and saw a cruel way of getting money. He knew the gays would be desperate to find a gay spot, so he created it. The Stonewall Inn was filthy.
It was a hellhole.
Rich customers were a prime target for the Mafia. They'd get them to send them money, or the Mafia would threaten to out them to their family, friends, and job, which would leave most people at that time abandoned, lonely, and fired. On top of that, the cops would beat and abuse them. But one night, the people of Stonewall Inn fought back. Number 2, the riot. The date is June 28, 1969. It's a Saturday night and Stonewall Inn customers were dancing the night away. What they didn't know was that undercover cops were there to check if people at the gay bar were doing gay things. They quickly found out, yeah, they were doing gay things in the gay bar.
Are you serious to me?
The cops came in aggressively, beating them, hitting them over the head with their batons. One lesbian drag king was clubbed over the head and dragged out of the bar. She yelled to the crowd, "Why don't you do something?" This is when the crowd fought back. People started throwing things at the abusive cops. Eventually, the night calmed down. Number 1, the aftermath. The next day, Stonewall was all over the news. Protesters started arriving outside of the Stonewall Inn to fight for equality. Thousands of people. Many new movements happened because of the Stonewall Riots. The Gay Liberation Front and Pride were all the outcomes from this event. The first gay pride was then organized 1 year after the Stonewall Riots. People were kissing in the street as well as marching for equality, and they marched with pride. Pride for who they are and letting go of the self-hatred. The world could not believe it. LGBTQ+ people were demanding their rights and slowly but surely getting what they demanded. They knew that they were normal, and it was society that had to fix their homophobic views. Pride is here to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community, but it's also here to recognize that we are still fighting that fight today.
He shot him in the back of the head.
This little boy who was murdered in a classroom full of students because he was gay.
2 women were traveling on a city bus where they were assaulted by a group of men after they refused to kiss each other.
People across the street were yelling out that they were trannies. That's when the man went ballistic, hitting one of the women over the head, knocking her out.
I'm screaming for help.
You can hear in the video people laughing at them.
People with cameras like laughing at me, telling me that they wish that he had killed me.
A massacre at a gay nightclub.
"Mommy, I love you," writes her son, trapped in bathroom.
He said he was gonna die and he loved me.
He's my only child.
We're celebrating those who fought for us years ago to make it possible to say, yeah, I'm gay. and I love myself. Also, the Stonewall Inn is still up and running. It's now a safe space to celebrate, mourn, and gather to make changes. As for Pride, it's not just celebrated in New York, but around the world. We've come a long way from being arrested for holding hands. So make sure you remember that the next time you celebrate Pride.